The following program is a production of Pioneer Public Television. This program on Pioneer Public Television is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4, 2008. Additional support provided by Mark and Margaret Yackel-Julien in honor of Shalom Hill Farm, a nonprofit rural education retreat center in a beautiful prairie setting near Windham in southwestern Minnesota. ShalomHillFarm.org. The Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center, your ideal choice for Minnesota resorts offering luxury townhomes, 18 holes of golf, Darling Reflection Spa, Big Splash Water Park, and much more. Alexandria, Minnesota, a relaxing vacation or great location for an event. Explore alex.com. Easy to get to, hard to leave.
Welcome to Postcards. I'm Dana Johnson. This week we splash into summer by catching a very special performance with a nationally renowned ski club from New London. I've been the host of this program for an entire season, but until now you've never had a chance to see me behind the scenes as a performer. Today we join the Little Crow Ski Team, a performance group I've been a part of for 16 years, and find out what it takes to create a full-scale production on the water. Plus, we find out what makes this family-oriented club a staple to the West Central Minnesota community.
Well, as far as the Little Crow Ski Team and how it started, I believe it was always in New London, down on the Mill Pond. It was established in 1979, and they later moved it to Near Park a couple years later.
The Little Crow Water Ski Team is what we call show skiing. There's two parts to the show. There's the water skiing aspect, and then we also have our showmanship where we all smile and wave, and we do acting and just amuse the crowd in multiple ways other than just water skiing. It's about stage work, behind the music scene, and music and stuff like that.
Are you guys related?
No, we're just good friends.
Just different fathers, different mothers?
Well, we kind of have the same nose.
There's comedy acts, there's fills. We have to have a couple short fills in the show. The show has to be an hour long, and there has to be fills that are judged by the judges at nationals and regionals. And they have to be funny. We get judged on it, and same with our skiing. We have to come up to stage and have good showmanship and on water. And we're judged on 4 different categories, so it's not just about the water skiing.
Ski show would be a combination of skill, comedy, entertainment, music, choreography. It's just a big combination of, it's 45 minutes to an hour of pure entertainment, nonstop entertainment. And with that, you add the horsepower and the muscle of the boats with the grace of the girls skiing and the muscle of the guys on the bottom of the pyramids and skill of the guys jumping. So then you got comedy and you've got announcing. I mean, it's just a great production. You can't see that anywhere else in the world.
A lot of people think of, the ski team, it's about being a show. It's not just water skiing. There's a theme to it. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, you're just out water skiing, but it's called a ski show. We put comedy in the shows. We have a whole theme. We have, right after the season finishes, we start theme meetings right away. We think about what can make it a good show, what makes it a good flow. We get scored at tournaments on you know, points are for flow, our comedy, if it's funny.
The theme this year is Little Crow Presents Dude, Where's Our Boat?
Where's your boat, dude? No.
Where's my boat?
No, come on.
We've had multiple themes where we're skiing to what is going on stage with the comedy people. And we're always trying to find creative ways to make people laugh and entertain everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to look to that sign right there. What does that sign say? No boat parking.
Between 11 and 11:30.
For coming up with a comedy, we have a comedy group that gets together. We usually sit, you know, watch old films. Maybe right now a big thing is YouTube. We'll go on YouTube and kind of come up with funny skits or ideas that we can kind of come up with. Some people like to improv. Some people like a full-out script. So whoever we have acting on stage, you know, however they like to do it, either we'll come up with, in our comedy group, we'll kind of come up with a script and they'll improv it from there, or else we'll write it down from word to word on what it needs to be said.
Do you see my boat?
There's a lot to it, more than just the skiing aspect. There's a lot, I'd say almost half the show is between the announcer and the comedy.
We have to wear costumes at every show, and then at regionals and nationals we have to wear makeup, a lot of showy makeup that's not very cute.
Little Crow has thousands and thousands of costumes. We hang on to them in case we like to use them for next year or years in the future. Usually, like we said, we usually use about roughly 8 costumes in a show, but we do have thousands and thousands of old wetsuits that could be used at any time. Every act has pretty much got a different costume that we like to wear to jazz up the show, so it basically makes it look like there's different people in different acts. Really, if you can pay enough of attention, there's multiple people in different acts. They go back behind stage and they're flipping on costumes, you know, behind stage. Guys will wear, you know, and jumping and barefooting in a wetsuit. We all match. We all have Eagle wetsuits, you know, the green and blue helmets if we have jumping going on. Right now, with the team we have lots of equipment. We're very blessed to have what we have. We have 2 21-foot Hydrodynes is what they're called. One boat's equipped with 3 225-horse Evinrude E-Techs. The other boat is also a 21-foot Dyna-Ski that is equipped with 3 150 Evinrude E-Techs. Both are very capable of pulling big acts with multiple people. You know, they can pull 42 people at one time with one boat. It's absolutely incredible. And with just great boat driving, that's how it's done.
In a typical show, we may have 5 boats going, and there's a couple pickup boats in the water. The 5 boats would have different acts they're pulling, and through the course of a show, the normal show length is 1 hour, we try to keep a lot of activity on the water. So each one of those boat drivers is either pulling an act, getting ready for a new act, or getting in position to pick up a new act. So there's a lot of movement around behind the scenes. The 2 other boats, the pickup boats, they're out there picking up skiers, fallen skiers, and for safety, just spotting in case there's a ski out in the water or if there is a fallen skier. So it's a lot of communication going on too. The drivers have 2-way radio, so we do communicate, and I guess the big thing is safety. Each of the boat drivers have to be certified, so you go through a process of learning how to pull those different acts, and there's a testing procedure, and this is all done through USA Water Ski certification process. But each act is a little different depending on what you're pulling. It could be a swivel skier, which is a single skier, to a jumper where you'd have to pull them over the jump. Speed varies, and so it really depends on the acts. Pyramids, they all have a different requirement on how fast you pull it and how you maintain the speed on the water. Well, the boat I'm driving is a specially designed hull. These are really designed for show skiing, water skiing. Reinforced back portion of the boat will support multiple engines. And in this one we have 3 150 Evinrudes. And it's an open concept, more for the assistance of the driver and the riders to really get the rope set up and to watch the skiers. So that's really what it's designed for.
All of our practices and shows are held at Near Park in New London, Minnesota, on the Crow River, a fork off the river. It's a nice, calm, very secluded. Wind doesn't touch us too much, so we're able to put out a lot of nice acts.
A typical practice here at Near Park, we practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays and about the whole evening, and we try to get as much on the water as possible. We want to get, the pyramids going. That's what takes the most practice because you have the most people in it. On a Monday night when we have a developmental practice, that's when you can do your barefooting and jumping that doesn't take everybody to be here. And we pretty much, ski till it gets dark, and then we go into what we call the crow's nest, and then we practice our showmanship, our bows and cadences on when we're supposed to bow and that kind of stuff. So practices can get a little long. It just depends on, if we have to have everybody here.
A Tuesday night practice is when we are practicing stuff that we want to try, like new things that we are willing to try. Not as many people as a Thursday night. A Thursday night practice involves running through the show order a couple times until we can get it right.
In July, we have a lot longer practices than we do in June and August. We practice them days, and we have a show every Friday. And with every Friday show, we have a lot of people behind the scenes that are setting up acts, ropes, skis to get everything on the water. And we also have a sound crew that comes in and plays the music to appeal to the act that's in the water and to maybe what's going on stage for the comedy, maybe sound effects or such like that.
We have a lot of setting up to do with our ski shows. We have a lot of ropes to roll and a lot of skis to bring down to the dock. I have personally rolled probably 300 ropes in the past 3 weeks already. And so there's a lot of rope rolling, a lot of ropes, a lot of skiing, and rolling ropes after the show. We have a lot of setting up to do. Everyone has to help, otherwise it won't get done.
We have shows every Friday night all the way from June till August. In between then, at the end of July, we have what we call a regional tournament, and we travel to different places with our club and all of our equipment, all of our boats, all of our skiers and everything. We go and put on and compete with other teams that do the exact same thing with us. And then there's also another tournament that's nationals, where it is the elite clubs of the nation compete for the title of the best ski show of the nation.
Regionals quite a few times, and we've been the national champions twice. So the team has really grew fast, from the 70s and then 80s to championship teams in the 90s.
2,170 points, the Little Crow Water Ski Club.
We won our first nationals in 1994. 1998, we also won again and had the opportunity to be show director that year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the show directors for 1998, Jay Godley and Chad Thompson.
We had a great team, great support team, great boat drivers. I mean, we had it all then. That was a good experience for everyone. It's the one I'm really proud of. The first one we didn't think we could win. It happened, which was really exciting. The second one, we knew we could win, and to get everyone's teamwork involved is, that's a special one. I'll never forget that day.
Why not do it here? You've never seen it before. I'm coming back in.
fire gainer that I did was, I had some experience with fire in my work at Universal Studios, and I took that and combined it with what I had for knowledge and experience with Little Crow and put together a pretty cool little stunt there. Glad I don't have to do that ever again. My most vivid memory of winning nationals? I guess you take your entire team and everyone jumps in the water together celebrating. That's the best bath you'll ever take.
The team, I believe, is a huge aspect to this community. I mean, between just the businesses, every show brings in, give or take, 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 people a night. I mean, the businesses have to really enjoy it. And for people that come down and, Friday nights, it's something to do. It's something fun. It's a family fun event that the whole family can come down. If you have relatives come up from Iowa or wherever, we always ask the crowd, where people are from. And generally, they're from out of state or even sometimes out of country, and it's really cool that they can have something to do instead of go sit in the movie theater, or it's you're outside. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful park.
It really gives a lot to the community as far as a great entertainment source, and for the young kids to have really something to do in the summer, and it's a lot of things. It's sportsmanship, it's showmanship, and accomplishment. It's also a real challenge for skiers.
I think that the club is important for the area because it draws a lot of different groups of people to come to New London, Minnesota, because it's a small town, and it draws a lot of people because we're fun to watch and it's interesting to see it live. And we've gone to nationals and won nationals a number of times, and we've won the regional title. So people want to come around, and I think that it should stay around in the community because it's a great place to be with your family and your friends and make friends and meet people.
I think involvement with the ski club's huge. I mean, you've got summertime, there's not much going on. I think it kept a lot of us at that young age where you're vulnerable to getting in trouble, and instead of being out getting into mischief, we were down here skiing and having fun and building relationships. I mean, I think 95% of my friends are from the ski team, My entire wedding party is all Little Crow ski team. That's just huge, That's something that you'll have forever.
I keep coming back because I've got so many friends on the ski team. I just got married here about a year ago, and 90% of the guys that were in my wedding were all from the ski team. So it's, a lot of people say, yeah, it's a time commitment to be down here, but I look at it as it's time to hang out with friends. You see a lot of families down here. It's their family time. I want that for my children someday.
All the members on the ski team are usually a family. There's not too many individuals, but we always welcome individuals. But the best part of it is you have moms, dads, fathers, their sons and daughters helping out, and then cousins. Everybody's somehow linked together. And with this club, it makes a new family, and it's just great to be with everybody. And when everybody's together, we're all laughing, having fun, doing something that we absolutely love to do, and that's water ski and entertain people.
I've been skiing now because I like it and I love the people. We're like a family, and I don't think that I could leave that, really.
I mean, if you're around West Central Minnesota and you say Little Crow ski team, people are going to know what you're talking about.
Now catch an exclusive peek at the Little Crow ski team performing their award-winning acts in their weekly Friday night show at Near Park.
We're bringing you an action-packed show once again tonight. We want to thank you for getting up here to New London, beautiful, scenic New London, as we get set for the 2012 Little Crow Ski Shows.
If you'd like to look at a show schedule or find out how you can become a member of the Ski Club, go to littlecrow.com. You can also find more information on our website. That's all for this week. See you again next time on Postcards.
This program on Pioneer Public Television is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, with money from the vote of the people of Minnesota on November 4, 2008. Additional support provided by Mark and Margaret Yekel Julien in honor of Shalom Hill Farm, a nonprofit rural education retreat center in a beautiful prairie setting near Windham in southwestern Minnesota. ShalomHillFarm.org. The Arrowwood Resort and Conference Center, your ideal choice for Minnesota resorts offering luxury townhomes, 18 holes of golf, Darling Reflection Spa, Big Splash Water Park, and much more. Alexandria, Minnesota, a relaxing vacation or great location for an event. Explore alex.com. Easy to get to, hard to leave.